Hey everybody, this is Jimo from Pulsetto Sounds, and I'm going to show you how to set up the motion leap controller with your DAW or sample library. The motion leap controller, you can hover your hand over it and it will trigger different MIDI CC messages depending on how you set it up. So I'm just going to show you in this try. We're releasing Cello Ibrida, and the aim was kind of using it a little bit different, the sample library based on cello sound design. We have other videos at pulsetto.com, but this tutorial is basically just how to set it up and how you can use it with a sample library. I'm just going to show you maybe another commercial sample library, but since it's a free tutorial, might as well. Well, anyways, the setup is the same across the board, so hopefully this helps people out. So it's the leap controller. It's this little thing here, and you connect the USB 3. So you just need a couple of softwares, and I'm just going to show them to you here. One of them is, well, you need to install the motion leap thing here. And these are my settings. I don't think, don't send you such data. Damn privacy. Tracking, robust. All these tech guys keep saying robust, like the head of Google. Robust. It's a robust. We don't fucking know what that means. But sounds like it's a positive thing, so let's use them. It's a very technical guide. And then this little software here called GECO, like the animal, GECO. I'm using 130. It's for both Mac and PC. Just download it, and here's where you set it up however you want. So I have it. I haven't used it in a while, so hopefully this tutorial helps. So you can see here the different motions, and okay, so hopefully you can see my hand. Hey, like I said, I'm trying to put this little controller here in frame because I have my iPhone. So you can see it here, and okay, so I'm hovering, and you can see that it recognizes which hand you're using. It recognizes sometimes, okay, so this is where it's going to get iffy. Come on. So it gets stuck a little bit, so just mind that. So it recognizes when the hand opens up, closes, turns. You can see in the on the turn signal and the turn icon thing, and doing like this. So everything that's showing up in white, it's showing all the different. I'm trying to trigger the up and down thing, but I'm not sure how that one is. Anyways, and the little check mark is showing you which hands, and you can use two hands if you're, I don't know, magician. Okay, so I'm going to load a patch. Oh, I already have that one. So again, Cello Ibrida, you have to go check out other videos for the sounds. So I'm just going to check a few, and I trigger the sounds with my MIDI controller. You can probably see it here. Okay, so now we start doing all the different CC mapping. So you have to map it, and once you map it once, let's see if I already have it mapped, because this is a pain in the ass. Nope. Okay, so you have to scroll, and you can see here link, open, close. That's how you want the hand. So you're going to do the right hand. So we're going to use mostly the right hand, because we're going to play with the left hand. And you can do it vice versa. So hopefully this turns out as good as I was playing along, and recorded a few little Instagram videos, and they were pretty cool. But that was a while back. I didn't even have a beard, so imagine how far back. So the right hand, so you can enable it and disable it. Seems like we're learning at the same time. So output channel, so MIDI message. So we're gonna do, let's just do CC1. Roll inclination. Okay, so okay, 0. So we're gonna do this is one of the things that these people from GECO should be kind of making it easier software wise, but we just want to like touch something and change it as opposed to like figure out what those icons mean. And I'm sure there's a manual and a lot of forum posts about this, but anyways, so we're gonna do up, down. Let's see how this works. So I'm gonna look at the, you don't see it in frame, but I'm gonna look at this little thing here. So one of the cool things about Cello Hybrida is that you can map different CC commands to different things in the GUI. So we have CC21, 16, 3 and 5, which are very common for vibrato and vibrato intensity and vibrato amount. And we have 3 and 5, which is east-west, uses these for something. CC11 is the, so I have them also here, so I'm just going to turn here. That's the macro knob, that's volume, this is crossfade. So CC11 is crossfade, because I can also change the matrix. In the matrix I can change the macro 1 to be CC1, and I can assign whatever effect I want to the macro. So I'm going to choose distortion, that way it's very noticeable. Okay, so that's how you set it up there. Then I'll change to something a little bit more playable. Just trying to get the settings here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here and just try to watch the little thing here. Oh, sorry, I have it in 0, so let's go to CC1. So there we go. So that's kind of the it of it. So I'm going to explain a little bit more, but how to set up other controls. But then we do so up down position. So it is, I got it. Oh, I just got a spam phone call. I live next to my area code is also Alhambra, so that's a lot of Chinese population, Chinese American and Chinese. So I get a ton of spam phone calls in Chinese, which is weird. At first I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? And then I realized that it's just spam in Chinese. After they talk Chinese and then Verizon, it's like, what the fuck? Anyways, sorry about that. So where were we? So we found out the up and down. So this is very useful for so if you're scoring a movie, for example, you can do that sort of thing, which is kind of the whole concept of Cello Hybrida, where you can use different CC commands to affect the signal differently based on what you're watching. So ideally, in if we had like a big budget for marketing, we'll have like a composer just watching a film and being like, yeah, and scoring a scene and all that. But you know, as far it's just gonna be this video just showing you how to set up GECO. So back and forth. So the crossfade, obviously, that's more intuitive. So we're gonna have that must be called something like right hand position. So I think I'm gonna go right hand position, close. There we go. So it gives you a red when you're kind of out of the So you can do soft, one layer, and do kind of like if you imagine an XY pad. So let's do one layer to the other one. Okay, that's cool. So let's go. Actually, let's try it on a different type of patch. Maybe a pulse. Something that rhythmic, quick escape. Okay, so we have, let's try this one. So we have one layer who's doing a bass plug, and then another layer doing more of a pulsing sort of sound, more organic. And these are loops, so the left hand actually works better in this case. And so now we're gonna try and do the Lfos. Actually, let's do. So we had it in 3 and 5. Most of the snapshots, and you can save the snapshots to whatever CC command here you have. So let's do 3 and 5. It's affecting volume, and over here is LFO. Low pass filter. It's not the same one as here, so it's like another LFO. So I'm assigning the LFOs. Because if you haven't watched the tutorial for cello híbrida, then this might be a little bit easier. I just need to explain. So don't have any effects. I'm gonna do macro knob. I'm gonna have it to CC2. So it contains 2 different macros. Macro 1 is this big dial here, and then macro 2 is just this little one. So it helps doing different things. So let's try distortion for when I really want to like take it up a notch. So that's CC2. So let's do CC2 first. So I'm assigning CC2, and again you can do this with any sample library that you can change the CC. Or if it's already hardwired to 1 or 11, you just assign it here in the on the GECO. And this one automatically, like in Mac at least, you install it and automatically is sending messages to Logic, or it's just sending MIDI CC. I'm guessing it's using the audio MIDI protocol that uses the standard one for Mac. So in Windows you might have to check for drivers, because in Windows is nice because it gives you the options of doing anything that you want, but at the same time you need to figure out everything out there, how to do things. So if you're watching this video and you figure it out, just drop it in the comment sections to help people on the Windows side. Because I don't have Windows computer, so I have no idea. I guess I could Google. I'll see if I find a link. I'll put it down. Anyways, so where were we? Assigning macro 2, which is only going to distortion. That way we'll get something like this. Okay. Oh, so the signal has a lot of delay. That'll be interesting. Okay, so what can we use? Let's see. I wanted to do a fist, but doesn't seem like I can do fist. So I have to follow the row. MIDI message 11. I'm using it for left and right. Up and down, I'm using CC1. And up down distance. I think it's just distance, no, back and forth is like this. Okay, so if I'm doing like this, so what is this one here? Oh, okay, so I'm doing like this. No, that's gonna be confusing. If I do a fist, nope. Oh, hand. I guess I can do hand. Okay, so let's say if I open the hand and I raise it up, it's gonna do CC2 and distort. Okay, let's do that. Up, down position, and then up, open hand is CC2. Okay, let's try that out. Up, I have some sort of lo-fi. But if I open it up, or so that creates that. So let's see. So now I have CC2 opening the hand, open CC1 going up and down, and crossfade. So let's try the crossfade. Organic, go up. Distort. Crossfade. Oh, I know what happened. So that's the thing. So right now I only have the crossfade if I have my hand closed. So let's do CC11 also on the MIDI message here for open and close. So my hand will go. So I have two parameters assigned. So it's close hand and open hand going crossfade. So let's try that again. Open, crossfade. So up and down. Left and distance. Let's see if I do CC7 as volume. So the closer it is. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so I'm seeing that. Okay, so let's try. What? Oh, left, right. This. Okay, my bad. Duh. I have it for left and right instead of. Okay, so there's other things here, but you know, you can play with them. But this row is the only one that you need to pay attention to. or CC channel if you have different MIDI instruments. So up and down distance is the one that I wanted to get. So CC7 volume. Okay, so okay, I remember this data offset. So it's how much you want it to affect it. So right now I think I had it all the way. So right now I'm really down, have 14. No, it's the other way. So minus 20 I think is gonna do it. And this must be the opposite, so. Oh. Okay, that did the opposite. I needed to do let's go to 0. Okay, let's do the opposite. 15. Nope. And I guess it goes all the way up to 15, but this one goes all the way down. Oh well, let's just move on. But I remember there's a way. You have to figure out the trick of see how much it affects it. For volume, that would have been very cool. Okay, let's go here. Oh, so let's finish up the rest of the Lfos. So 2116, I usually have it so so it makes sense, kind of like if I do like this is LFO amount, which would be, let's go 3 and 5. So yaw inclination or roll inclination. I think it's here. So I'm gonna do 3 and 3. So both hands. No, that's not doing it. Oh. I'm trying to figure out what jaw is. Not technical, language. What the fuck? Okay, so I don't think it's this one, because I did it before and I didn't. So roll inclination. Oh, roll. The rolls. That's the one that I'm. So pitch inclination. I think this is the one that I want for 5. Yeah. So pitch. I'm not sure why they're calling it pitch. It's nothing related to musical pitch. Oh. Why do I still have 7? Oh, because I never took it out. Let's take out 7, because between logic and volume and CC7, historically, it's a whole story. So let's take out 7. If you use Cubase, you might be better luck. Okay, so that's one of the things that if you see me doing like this is because the GECO or the motion leap still, it's not as refined as a simple MIDI controller. So I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna change the rate. So no, I think I want to do, instead of pitch inclination, is the other one. It's what is it? Back and forth, I think, is the one that I want. So I'm gonna go 5 and 5. Oh, okay, so I just need to move it Move the monitor. Let's see if this works. Oh, so I have it in square. Let's do something more. Actually, let's do filter because it's more noticeable in filter. Oh, okay. Well, let's finish up with 21. Actually, we can do the left hand with. Okay, we can do left hand. Let's do it so it makes sense. So 21 affects the left side, and 3 affects the right side, and then here is it's for rate. So let's do 16, I think it is. And we took the numbers from, I think, several manuals from Spitfire, East West, and Cine Samples. Emberton? Yeah. We went through different manuals and see which ones were the most common ones, because if not, it would have been just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. So, but again, you can change them here. You can even set everything to just CC1, so everything gets controlled by just the mod wheel. This. To do the rate. Let's see if I start here. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, this is more subtle. Okay, this might be something interesting. Doing sound design, one layer. That's all. It's all cello sounds. Okay, so. Oh, I have to assign them, of course. Let's take out this. I have it there. Tune. Matrix is CC1 and CC2, which just affect distortion like before. And CC1 is doing volume, high pass, more delay. Is it doing a chord? Okay. See how it goes. So we went. That's my scrape, which I did with my it's a educational cello that I bought in Amazon for like $200. Sounds awful. For if you want to do like a real music, it's just awful. But for sound design, it creates this sort of like very aggressive tension-filled sounds. That's only just a subsection of cello ibrida. So let's go to something that's a little bit more. Let's say arps, Tales from the Other Side. Let's do the distortion. Oops, distortion. Okay, let's see how this goes. Let's do something more pronounced. Oh, half the battle here is remembering what a MIDI CC you're doing. So close hand is Lfos, left hand. Let's do pitch, might be something interesting. Oops, I went too far. Going to FM territory. Let's go. This show, Tales from the Loop, it has a lot of, I forgot the name of the composer, but he does it also with Brian. I think Brian Eno is involved. Maybe not, I don't know. I just remember these arpeggiated things. They had a very particular character on the TV show from Amazon. Seems like a good show that wants to be very good. I don't know. It's maybe season 2 will be better. It just felt like it just needed something. Like I thought all the stories were gonna go somewhere. It's just kind of random. I think you guys get the idea, but let's try something more traditional. See if I can make it work towards other goals. Maybe delay here. So I'm just gonna crossfade between. So there's a cello section doing textural things. And then we sample this cello, but which is not deeply sampled because we used it as a source for where is it? These. So we ran this one's. Each note ran through Eurorack, one of those Eurorack Cloud, whatever it is called, and a cassette tape. Great sound. I thought I didn't even know what it's gonna sound like, but it turned out to be nice. Kind of detoony, rawish, lo-fi-ish. So we can use that. And we did like 500 snapshots out of 260 patches. And I don't think we use all the patches for the snapshots. It's just way too many. So let's do some sort of bass chord thing. I have damn fucking microphone. I need to give credit to those YouTubers who, you know, make their shit sound, their tutorials and make everything sound nice, kind of seamless. My Mac Pro, it's kind of old, and no matter what I do, I cannot record the audio. I need to use this plugin on the bus here. That's what you're seeing here. So it records whatever's coming out of Logic Master Bus. If not, you know, whatever software I use, no matter what it is or how many times I try to figure out, the audio just doesn't flow into. It doesn't flow to the audio recorder, to the video screen capture, or it doesn't flow into to the screen capture for more than 10 minutes or something like that. So for those who are still watching and already passed the how to set up the tutorial. So so here the idea would be to do something that's I guess more subtle, like a pad, if you want to control like a pad sort of thing. So, just as any instrument, I guess it's sort of a performance. You have to kind of learn not only this one, because this is kind of hours, but if you're doing, you know, your own setups, and if you're using it with that sort of Hans Zimmer shit, with tablets with tons of buttons, which I remember seeing back in when I went to remote control back in the day, and it was just like, wow, how cool. And then I set it up, and it was like, too much. So way back when, before YouTube, and Young Excel telling everybody how to set up those things. if you want to, Junkie XL is a good resource for this sort of Hans Zimmer remote control setup. But also check out like people who used to be their assistants and now are like composers. Our friend Peter Schlosser, he has a couple articles and he's very active in Cubase setups. He used to be the assistant for Steve Jablonski, and I got to see them score in remote control, kind of cello section, and got to see kind of the setup, and it was quite something, back way before YouTube. That was like, oh, wow. And they did it way before, 64-bit samplers. So everybody had tons of fucking computers. Yeah, the time I went, I think I saw Hans Zimmer changing servers, and it was like a pile like this high. It was just piles of 1 and 2 rack units of random Intel or server PCs. But anyways, if you want to see more of that setup with like maybe how to use Trevor Morris and who else? Peter Schlosser. You can probably just Google and see what assistants, because the assistants, that's what they did. They did this amazing setups. If you want to know more about the technical aspect of it instead of composition, even though Peter is a very great composer. Oh, and he is in Cubase forums a lot, so it's, Okay, so I'm trying to do this a little bit more subtle. Okay, let's go to one of the cello extras. This one. Oh, so I'm gonna do Matrix is gonna go change the chord. Let's see, C1. Oh, that was sounding so good. Well, hopefully that was helpful. You probably were scrolling all the way through and realized that it's only here that you need to figure out. Once you download the software, this row MIDI message and channel 1, because I'm guessing if I do channel 2, then it only affect this, for example. So you can set it up, for that. So if you want to control one library with one hand and maybe the other one with the other hand, you can set it up here, so that way output channel goes to CC2. And let's prove that. Up, down. Where's 1? Okay, so let's do channel 2. What happens if I do that? See? It's affecting only channel 2, which is the chamber strings. Okay, and then you can set it up custom wise if you want it open hand, close hand, right hand, left hand, and then if you just want to solo specific messages or mute them, and you can save your file, right, so you don't have to set it up every time. And here's the different settings. I don't think I did anything here, so you can further customize it. And I just realized the OCS. So so for those that have are using OSC, then I haven't seen it, so just an option. It's pretty cool. And then advanced. I guess the minimum and maximum would have been cool to do. Okay, I don't know about that. It's pretty useful like that. I don't know if it has a manual. I didn't read it, and it just started and it worked. So I think it's pretty easy kind of set up, and you can just don't go as far as I did for all these MIDI messages. You can just set it up so it's CC1 and 11. Oh, let me change here to so it's just CC1 and 11, and that's it. So expression would be, or even both at the same time. So let's go to CC1, up, down, and then whatever I have CC11, left hand, I'm just gonna do 1 as well. Actually, I'm doing it opposite I was thinking. Yeah, I guess the only limitation is that you can only send one MIDI message at the same time. So it would have been nice to do like a mult or copy different, the same hand movement, go to different CC parameters. Maybe it has a way. I guess that's why they did it left hand and open hand and close hand. Let's see here. Data offset advance. Nope. Okay, those are the two things I guess for GECO to implement would be just have a little legend here. What the fuck are these? I don't know if that's pitch inclination or jaw inclination. So the icons are not as easy to translate as I think they think it is. And then what was the other thing? And then also maybe being able to send to several parameters at the same time. So one is the same CC1 and CC11 going at the same time, going up. That's CC11. Yeah. Okay, that's a very long tutorial for something that it probably would have taken 5 minutes to do, but you know, also it's kind of how to implement it in a sample library beyond regular CC1 and, you know, expression and volume that are like You assign it to Lfos, rates and amount, crossfade, and we're working on a 4-layer engine, so that might be even cooler. That way you can, just move between 4 different layers, affect the amount it's going to affect the macro knob. So it's not only for you who are just doing it for like a sample libraries expression, but also for sample developers if they want to go through this this sort of features of adding more CC commands. And also, I don't know if it's obvious, but you can do all this here, right? But you have one less hand. And I also have a tutorial on my own personal website, YouTube channel, showing how to set up a Behringer FCB 1010 MIDI foot controller that has 2 foot controllers. So one is CC1 and the other one is CC11 or 7 and 11. That way you can use your feet instead of if you're doing like chords. That's about it. Oh, and buy this library. It's pretty cool. You got a free tutorial. Now, see, I got a Much Detective. Sorry, I got a notification for the leap controller. Okay, yeah. So half tutorial, half promotion of this library. You know how it is. I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't have any sort of affiliate links or great setups. So hopefully this is useful not only for composers but also sample developers if they want to use the Motion Leap as other ways of using sample. So you can do that would have been cooler. Left hand. So for me this is pretty cool for if you want to score something.